Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Ben Simmons video. He was kicked out of practice today by head coach Doc Rivers for quote-unquote not being engaged. There was a picture that surfaced of him at practice, and he looks like he is in outer space. He looks like he has no desire to be there whatsoever. So this is coming from Keith Pompey and Woj. Woke up to see a Woj bomb. This is crazy. I think we all knew, obviously we all knew that Ben Simmons wanted out of Philadelphia, but I didn't think it was going to get to this point. Ben Simmons said he was going to report, and by that I thought it meant Ben Simmons was going to kind of act like an adult. Well, it looks like he is pulling a similar situation to James Harden. As someone who covered that James Harden story, or covered the Houston Rockets, and then James Harden got traded, that situation really sucked, and it took a huge toll on the organization just for the remainder of the entire season. Like, it kind of still haunts Rocket fans is the way James Harden departed, and I can easily see that happening with Philadelphia. And the reason I have Philadelphia actually like 6th or 7th in my Eastern Conference prediction is because this Ben Simmons drama, no matter if they were to trade him right now and get a good return, say John Wall, I don't think that does much for him. This is still just so dramatic. It's just such a waste of everyone's time, honestly. Like, there is no reason either to not trade him or to act like this. So I don't know what is going on. Joel Embiid apparently has not talked to Ben Simmons since his return. He said, at the end of the day, our job is not to babysit someone. So it's crazy. You have so many quotes coming on. I'd be willing to babysit if someone wants to listen, but that's not my job. All of this is starting to make a little bit more sense once you piece together all of the quotes that have actually been coming out of this organization, particularly with Joel Embiid, particularly with head coach Doc Rivers. You also had an article come out last week from the Philly Voice from Kyle Neubeck talking about how Ben Simmons was really just going through the motions in his individual workouts, and there was some footage that was dropped yesterday, and it's not good. It's not good for Ben Simmons' sake. It's only hurting his value, which at this point I'm sure Ben Simmons does not care about. So it just is such a crazy situation, man. I cannot believe what is going on right now. This is so similar to the James Harden drama. Like, that took just way too big of a toll on the organization. Thankfully, the Houston Rockets were able to get an absolute steal in Kevin Porter Jr. via trade. But man, oh man, like, I don't know what's about to happen next. There's a couple of teams that I'm sure are continuing to send in offers to Philadelphia, and I'm sure Philadelphia just is not interested in the value that they are getting back. It seemed as if they were ready to go into this next season having Ben Simmons be still on the roster, and then last week, once you had Ben Simmons not really talking to any of the Sixers players or any of the coaches, not talking to the media, just kind of being a distraction and quote-unquote going through the motions, that's where it started to get a little bit like, oh shoot, they still got to trade this guy. So I don't know what people are thinking. Houston Rockets, I'm just the Houston Rocket guy, so I would love to see Ben Simmons on the Houston Rockets for a swap for John Wall and let's say like 2 first-round picks. I would definitely give at least 2 first-round picks to acquire a player like Ben Simmons if John Wall is going to be in that trade. All this stuff is continuing to come out, so I'm sure as the day continues to go on, I'm sure there's going to just be a bunch more news. One last thing. I guess according to Woj, it is physically and mentally just no engagement both ways, been a consistent theme ever since he has returned. And apparently he was also tossed early in the practice because he did not want to participate in whatever was about to happen next. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button, hit that sub button. Let me know where Ben Simmons should go, what the Sixers should do. Just let me know who you think Ben Simmons should get traded to or what team should trade for him. Peace.